Good evening. Uh, I condemn on no uncertain terms the video that is going on viral in connection with the SHS students who have insulted the presidents of the land without any impunity. They have not done well, and as a student myself, I'm sad to see fellow students doing that to the president of the land. As a student, the onus lies on you to learn and go and write your paper. And so, therefore, if you go to an examination hall and you are unable to write a paper, all you need to do is to wake up and go. You have no right whatsoever to even insult the examiner who sets the question, because nobody sets question beyond your level of understanding or beyond the scope of what you are expected to learn. And so, therefore, what the students have done must be condemned by everybody without equivocation. But there is a saying that the devil is in the details. Now, when you take what the students just say on the face value, everybody will condemn it. But upon second thought, yes, it's a penny traffic. Now, then, we nyanka. There is that tree adage. Yanka nyanka, we for your friend penny no count. We live in a society where politicians think they rule the world. So an NDC man wakes up and insults the president, and nobody cares. An MPP man wakes up and insults the president, and nobody cares. The leaders who think they are the leaders of the country, people who we think they are leading us, are insulting themselves left and right. So if the children see that the leaders themselves don't even have respect for themselves, what are you expecting the children to do? It is a lesson for our leaders to start to do things in the right way, because the children, they learn faster and they observe what you are all doing. And I must state for a fact that the anger in a lot of people is enough. The way people are speaking nowadays, people are sick and tired about politicians. So it is about time the politicians refine their true color in country Ghana here. Because when you wake up, radio, this person saw this person, somebody can just wake up and call the president a thief. Have you seen the president collecting money? Somebody wake up and insult the minister a thief. Somebody wake up and just insult somebody anyhow. Now, it is unattractive. So in as much as we are condemning what the students have said, and it must be condemned to the latter, the leaders themselves don't have respect for themselves. Because if one faction can wake up and insult the president, and we are all in this country and we are all a living testimony, somebody wakes up and insults the president and nobody coughs. Somebody wake up. It is about time we crack the whips. It is about time we crack the whips. Me, I really love Rolling Star. Sometimes I sit down and I look at people who just wake up and insult presidents and I say, So the leaders must also look at themselves, because the anger in some of we the youths, the anger in the youth is becoming unbecoming. It's becoming unbecoming. So please, The leaders should find ways and means to let the whole country rally around them. Let us see you as leaders. Let us see you as people who are leading us. You must be open and truthful to us. You don't insult anybody. There is a discuss on radio. Then somebody will intentionally say any foolish thing to the other person because he know the host will tell him withdraw. Then he say, if he say I should withdraw, I withdraw. Sheepishly. A leader will just insult another fellow on a radio presentation. Or because he know they will tell him withdraw. Then he will say, if he say I should withdraw, I withdraw. The person will use a word and the other party will think, oh, I don't like it. In fact, the synonymous word he will use is even more than the first one he has used. And these children are behind the televisions and the radio sets and they are watching. They are all watching. How on earth can you wake up and insult your president? If for nothing at all, if you have that person in your family as a president, who born dog? Some of the people who even wake up and insult leaders, I just can't imagine. If you go and look at their track records, you go and look at them. Serial callers waking up and insulting anybody as if they are. And when you go and look at them, and if you look at trousers and slippers they are wearing, and they are insulting leaders. But the problem is with the leaders. If the leaders themselves are insulting themselves, two people cannot have a very nice conversation on radio without an insult. Two people or three people cannot have a very nice discussion on radio without an insult. Unless they are telling us that what they are doing is a stage managed, so that we see it like that. But the message our leaders, especially the politicians, are portraying to us doesn't seem like they have respect for themselves. So please, me, that is all what I'll say. That we should look at how we talk to each other. The children, they are learning. And this is just small. What the SHS students have done is just small. It's just a tip of the iceberg. Somebody just wake up on Facebook and then we just put the president down, then put a chimpanzee down. Who born dog? In a civilized society, you do that. Somebody put the president down, then put a prostitute beside it. Who born dog? You do that in a civilized society? Can you wake up and insult your father like that? Even your father who is a nobody to you. Your father who is a nobody as compared to the president. Can you insult him like that? If you know how it takes to even go around just a region to campaign as a regional secretary or a regional chairman, then you can appreciate the facts of going around the whole nation campaigning as a president. If we don't have respect for anybody, for crying out loud, our president, the number one gentleman, whatever the person may be, whatever he may be, once he has been colored and given that power and named the president, we must all rally behind that person. In the US, they talk and disagree with Donald Trump. But you cannot alter that word. You can't. You can't. I was really, really saddened when I watched the videos, putting myself in that shoe as a student. I can't do that. But when you watch it on the face value, the students are perfectly wrong. There are no uncertain terms. They are not supposed to do that. But where is the genesis? Our politicians. Our politicians. They should watch themselves because they have lacked that credibility in our eyes. They should watch themselves and watch how they speak. They should watch how they speak. Please. We can have a very nice discuss without insulting. And that will be fine. Politics will be fine. But to the extent of insulting each other on radio, the children are watching. The children are taking clue from that. And the anger is piling. And one day, the day it erupts with volcanic fury, even the presidents cannot handle it. So it is about time we stop things like this from happening. Let our community be nice. We should be nice to each other. We can fight in our inner circles. If you are holding a political meeting in your office, you guys can fight among yourself. You guys can insult yourselves. But once the communication is coming to the public, be like that actor who is having a bad day, but for the sake of the fans, he'll come and do what the fans wanted. But behind stage, that actor or actress is having a bad day. Let the politicians rally us among them. They shouldn't wait for election year for them to make us feel like we are so important. Now the voters are very wise. Enough.